The energy is here. I read they didn't support the Kansas candidate. That's very upsetting to me. So the Democratic base is going to say, send in money, send in resources, when, no offense to the Montana race, maybe it is. I haven't looked deep into the polling data, but the party might be thinking, you know what, we should be worried about 2018. Special elections aren't worth all the salt. Maybe we should be saving our resources.
And look, probably the biggest test of all on this, and I do subscribe to Peter's idea that these things ultimately don't mean as much as we think, but is probably the Virginia governor's race, which is going to be happening this year. There's a depending on how the primary goes in June, there could be a candidate who is essentially a virtual stand-in for kind of the Obama coalition, Tom Perriello, who used to be a congressman. If he wins and then runs against the Republican, that's probably the best test that we have of whether or not that coalition.
The primaries in that race are great too, because you have a Clinton and a Sanders race essentially in the primary, and you have a Trump establishment race on the Republican side.
Booty
has always been that we've known for months,
with
right?
his
This
head
is the first test,
underneath.
the beginning of, the 2018
Yeah, whoa, he woke up.
maybe the next
Damn
presidential
booty.
election, blah, blah, blah. But these are sort of different test
Damn
cases, and Georgia just
booty.
reinforces how Democrats really want Georgia to be closer than it is, and it just hasn't been, and it demonstrates to some extent the perils of dreaming too much about Texas before it's time also.
Right. Now, we'll see what happens. There's still 2 months now for the runoff in Georgia. We'll see what happens, but the Republicans are happy they got into a runoff.
Well, and I think in 2010, what you discovered in that sort of Tea Party wave is that many of these districts were mismatched to their leadership, and those districts were more conservative. Are there a bunch of districts out there that are more liberal than their leadership? And I think that's an open question. I would say it's less likely than it was the other way around in 2010. So there is for sure energy, and I think these close finishes have sent out a signal to the right to watch out for that. But does that energy lead to flipping seats? I'm not sure that's the case.
And we talked earlier, there's some moving ground in the Republican Party too, as we see in the town halls. That Trump was not a traditional Republican. Is our party changing, or is he just here temporarily, and then we'll go back to being the old Republican Party? We don't know the answer.